Penny appeared on my show because she had many unanswered questions about the tragic death of her 19-year-old daughter, Jessica. She believed a young woman named Samantha was involved in her daughter's death. But during my interview with Samantha, another accusation was made. She accused Jessica's friend, Alyssa, of murder. I sat down with Alyssa to find out the truth. But first, take a look at the story that started this investigation.
It's my daughter, Jessica. She was a beautiful little soul. She was a miracle baby. She was just a very loving, caring person. She was a happy person, had a lot of friends. Jessica and Sam met in elementary school. They were about 6 years old when they met, 6, 7 years old. They did a lot of things together. Sam stayed at my house for a couple months when there was problems going on. Them two were like sisters, and Sam still calls her as her sister today. Those two girls had a lot of fun. They were very silly together. They were always playing jokes on each other, or putting makeup on each other, dancing, bouncing off the beds. They were breaking my beds.
Hi, it's Jessica and Sam, and we're gonna play Chubby Bunny.
And they're just being silly. They're about 13 years old. And then on February 23rd was the worst night ever. My daughter and Samantha left the house to go to a party. I went to bed. Sam knew I was in the house sleeping. I was woke up about 3 a.m. to the police knocking on my door to say that my daughter was involved in an accident. I didn't know what the accident was until they took me to the hospital, and I found out she was ran over multiple times. The accident happened right in front of my house, and Sam, out of all 4 kids in the car, she came up to my house, and she decided to run 2 blocks away instead of waking me up. When the doctors came out and told me that my daughter had passed, I just hid in a corner. I couldn't even face anybody. And then when I found out later how this happened, Sam, her first thing walking through my door was, "Do you blame me?" And I said, "No, I don't blame you, Sam. I feel Sam has a lot to do with this accident." When I finally got to go in the back room and see my daughter, she was blood covered, her face, I couldn't even kiss her face without kissing blood. I have looked at the pictures since then, and there's not a spot on her body that was not injured. I believe there was a fight, and she got hit in the back of the head with the fight, and then they tried to cover this up.
That's your friend's mom on the tape. What do you think about what she had to say there?
I know she says I ran 2 blocks away. That's not true. I should not have. I did walk away. I walked away after I told them to call the cops. I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. I wish I would have gone to her door. I wish I would have woken her up. And to this day, I still wish I would have. You just don't know what to do in a situation like that. All I know is that night, we did go party, and we were drinking alcohol, and she was also on some Xanax pills. And when she gets on both, she gets hostile. She started a fight with me, and I took her to the side, and I'm like, "Jessica," I said, "please don't do this tonight. You're my sister, I love you." And she started crying, and she's like, "I know, Sam, I'm sorry. And then everything was fine after that, and it's just like a switch, like she just switched, I don't know, out of nowhere, and she just started fighting again with the other people that were there. So on the ride home, it was me in the front seat, the driver, Jessica, some guy, and her friend Alyssa in the back seat. And then out of nowhere, Alyssa and her started fist fighting.
In the car?
In the car. So once we got to Jessica's house, me and Alyssa got out of the car. We went to the driver's side to get her, to help her up to the door. And we were helping her, and out of nowhere, she swung on me. She come me on my chest, and I was just so fed up with the night. I just wanted to go home and just be done with the night. So I said, "Here, Alyssa, just take her up to the door. I'm going home."
But you're letting a girl that got her brains beaten by Jessica walk her up to the door?
I mean, I was drunk too. And it was the wrong. I should have walked her up there. I know I should have. Well, I got into the passenger side, and I was putting my seatbelt on, and the driver took off, and I felt a bump and a scream. So I asked the driver, I said, stop, you know. And then I opened the door, and the only thing I seen was Jessica's legs.
And this happened right in front of Jessica's house.
Yes. We were just telling her to just hold on, the police are on their way. And they put us all in one car until they realized, like, it was more serious.
Do you feel anybody was the cause of her death?
I feel like Alyssa pushed her.
With all this, like you said, your daughter suffered an injury before the party. The driver states that he wanted to call 911 before they even brought her home, that somebody else cleaned the blood off the back of the car where your daughter was sitting. Why did the police close this case without charging anybody?
I honestly think somebody knows somebody. I don't know, because even the medical examiner told me, and I called him back again, he said that our police department assured him this was an accident. And he told me that very stern, and he said it more than once. So I don't know who knows who. I tried to go back and talk to the medical examiner. He talked to me. The prosecutor down there at county told me I need to get over it and move on. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over it.
He said those words too?
She said those words. She said, get over it, leave my medical examiner alone.
Samantha, that night, did you push Jessica in front of the car? You answered no. Were you driving the car that ran Jessica over? We know that you weren't, but you did answer no. That night, was the gash on the back of Jessica's head caused by you and her fighting? You answered no, and the results for your lie detector test is that you told the truth.
I've told you, and I've been telling you since day one.
Samantha passed her lie detector test that day, but I wasn't satisfied with the investigation. So now her other friend, Alyssa, who couldn't be here the last time, is here to clear her name, and hopefully Penny will finally have closure about her daughter's death. Take a look.
My daughter, Jessica, passed away. It was 2 years on the 23rd of February. God now has a beautiful angel, but here on earth, she is missed very much by very many people. And I still have no answers to what has happened to her. When I came on the show before, I had Sam there, and Samantha kept saying this was an accident, but then when we were on the show, she accused Alyssa of pushing her in front of the car. Alyssa wasn't here last time. Now Alyssa is here to prove her innocence. I have no idea what to believe, because the stories are different from all the kids. Last time Sam did pass her lie detector test, but oddly enough, Samantha is locked up right now for an assault with a dangerous weapon. Jessica would be 22 this year, so we missed her 21st birthday. We didn't get to go out and celebrate that. It's just such a big loss in my house. I hope everybody learns the lesson. When you go out with your friends, take care of your friends. Don't let someone be drunk and on pills or whatever they're doing. Make sure everybody gets home safely.
Samantha she did accuse you of murder.
It's ruined my life. And I live with it every day of what happened to Jessica. I never forget it, ever.
Thank you, Alyssa, for coming out here.
I love you.
Alyssa, you came here, and it must not have been an easy thing for you to do. But you came on, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you push Jessica in front of the car, causing her to be run over? You answered no. Did you and Jessica get into an altercation, fight the night of her death, causing the gash on the back of her head? You answered no. Are you lying that you don't remember how Jessica got the gash in the back of her head? You answered no. Are you in any way involved in intentionally causing Jessica's death? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Alyssa told the truth. I do hope that this gives you some comfort knowing that a couple of the people that were involved in this situation that cleared their names. I certainly hope that you'll go on and find peace in your life. I want to thank you for coming on the show and clearing your name. And I hope that the incident that you were involved in, that you'll use that and serve a purpose, and maybe, like I said, speak out against everything that happened that night, and maybe save somebody else's life.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.